So let's break it down. What do managers need to do? So what is your responsibility in making a multi-generational workplace work? Well, first of all, we have to move beyond the stereotypes. And as leaders, you're able to set the example, to model the behaviors that you want, to model that tolerance and openness and willingness to accept people's differences for what they are. Highlight the similarities. This can truly be as simple as helping two people from two generations find a common interest outside of work. Let's say you've got two employees, for example, the traditional source of conflict, a millennial and a baby boomer. And maybe they're butting heads, they're not seeing eye to eye because they're both focusing on these stereotypes and they're not really thinking anything except for stereotype, stereotype, stereotype. Well, as a leader, you can bring them together and ask them to talk about their interests outside of work. Perhaps they both enjoy running. Perhaps they both enjoy watching movies. That's an easy way to bring them together. You're not going to find a workplace similarity nearly as easy as an external one. So that's a great way to start that dialogue, to start to bridge the gap. Another thing is just to embrace that diversity. One of the biggest opportunities of a multi-generational workforce is the diversity in thought, in experience. Everyone has something they can bring with them to the table. The millennials and Gen Z have all of their technical know-how. They are digital natives. They've grown up with the tech. They can perhaps suggest a way to modernize an outdated system. Gen Xers are great because, again, they're in the middle. They share similarities both with millennials on the one side and baby boomers on the next. So Gen X is a great bridge of that gap just in themselves because they know how to relate with both generations. So sometimes, if there's a lot of conflict, you can form teams with 3 or 4 generations together and appoint one person, in a way, the cultural team captain, to help bring that diverse set of thought together. And of course, with baby boomers, the experience, the years of knowledge they have, the know-how that they have about the business. When you combine all 3 of those things, that diversity takes you so far in business. And it's one thing that we're really not tapping into. So the more that we can highlight the value that each generation brings, the better the workplace is going to work. And then, of course, last but not least, is just being adaptable and open to change. As leaders, we are often at the forefront of change. We're either tasked with being the ones to lead the change or the first ones that have to experience it. So if you're open to that, it will help a lot.